Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So I have a very exciting video for you today. I have been seeing these videos flying around all over YouTube. I've heard loads of my mutual friends talk about it. It's been all over social media. Today I am going to be trying out the Glossier range. Now if you haven't heard of Glossier then I don't know where you've been. It's like the new up and coming makeup brand. I pretty much picked out the entire collection for a full face. It has taken me literally everything not to open these boxes up. It came really quickly. I ordered the standard delivery and it came within like 2 days. To be honest, I am a little bit worried about trying out this makeup range. I'm not like a full glam girl, but I'm also not a natural makeup kind of girl either. And that's kind of everything that Glossier kind of embodies. It's like the natural makeup look. So yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. If you want to see a full face of Glossier makeup on this mug, then please keep on watching. It's in a nice little cardboard box, and then there's another nice little Glossier box inside of it. Okay, cute. This is very cute. I appreciate how things come packaged. Just kind of has a nicer feel to it, makes you feel like the brand just put a little bit more effort into what they're sending you. Cool, so I am really excited about this. It looks like there's so much here. I know that I bought the moisturising primer, so obviously I'm going to kick off with that. I do like the little, the style of these. Very straight out the warehouse. Look at me, looking all quirky. Okay, so this is the priming moisturiser. It is £18. So not crazy expensive, not crazy cheap. It's meant to be light and buildable moisture for a dewy, smooth canvas. So as soon as I see dewy, personally, I get a little bit nervous because I'm naturally very dewy. So let's open her up. Okay, so it feels really nice. It actually has like a bit of a stick to it, like a primer would. So this is what the moisturising primer looks like. For me, I can never tell if a primer has really done the job until I've put the makeup on and I've used it after a couple of times. My skin looks nice, it looks dewy. I think it's time to move on to foundation. Okay, so they obviously don't call this a foundation. They call this a skin tint. Ooh, this looks a little bit light. I have seen a couple of people use this. It looks very, very thin. I have definitely not got perfect skin. I've got a couple of blemishes. It's fine, that's just the way I was made, but my foundation, I do like to have quite a bit of coverage, so this is making me a little bit nervous. But we're gonna give it a go, obviously, today. This works out well. I feel like this could be a really good holiday kind of foundation, just like for the beach or whatever. I'm going to do as the Glossier girls do and just use my fingers. I got it in the shade medium and it is £20, which, that's a lot of money for this tiny little bottle, but let's not knock it until we try it, okay? It's very weird just putting this onto my fingers. Hello? Hello? This is so weird. It's quite hard to squeeze this out of the tube. I don't know if I've just got a faulty one. I really have to squeeze to get anything out. I don't know how you're meant to do this. I'm using my fingers like I would a beauty blender. I don't think I've ever used something like this before. I can't really compare it to anything because it doesn't feel like a moisturiser. It's definitely obviously not a foundation. It's just a really, really thin, liquidy foundation. I think I've probably used more than the recommended amount. I just wanted to see if this does build up any kind of coverage. If I'm being completely honest, I don't hate the way this looks. It's definitely natural, it's definitely extremely sheer, it's not really covered a lot up, but it does definitely give you that feel of my skin, but on a really good day. If you are one of those people that just naturally is blessed with beautiful skin, then this would be perfect for you because you could just chuck this over your really nice skin and be done with it. For me, I do need a little bit more coverage, but maybe that's where the concealer could do its thing. So we are moving on to the stretch concealer. I've got mine in the shade light and it is £15. You get quite a lot of product, I would say, because you don't really tend to use loads of these little tub things. So I'm just going to swirl my finger inside and then just tap under my eye. Oh wow, okay. I mean, it's not made a crazy difference, but I do think that looks a lot nicer and brighter. Definitely covered up a little bit. You can tell this is a lot more sunken and dark and making me look quite tired, whereas this has definitely brightened me up a bit. Okay, Just gonna put another little layer on. Okay, that is actually really, really pretty. It's obviously not crazy coverage, but I just kind of like the way it makes your skin look. Okay, yeah, that one is a yes. Definitely like that one. It's made up for the really thin foundation completely. I'm so natural. Okay, so I'm slightly confused as to what to do next. Normally I would just powder, but I obviously have a cream cheek product and a cream highlighting product. We're gonna do the blush product next and then powder after that. So I picked up one of the cloud paints in the colour Beam. Now these look absolutely beautiful. I have never really been into liquid cheek products just because I'm quite oily skinned, so it's just not really worked out that way for me. I'm going to use the tiniest amount. Okay, so it's definitely very strong. I hope this blends out. Ooh. It does look very pretty and like flushed. As far as like only having this on my skin and no bronzer or anything, that's a little bit scary. I don't think I quite have the technique down, but I do think that looks very cute. So this one I am very excited about. I am just a powder girl. I love my face powder so much. So I picked up the Wowder in the shade Light Medium, and this retails for £15. I think £15 is actually really, really good for a powder. The prices are very random, I feel like. Like the cloud paint and the powder retail for the same price, which I just think is very, very weird. Normally a blusher would be a lot cheaper. Okay, so this definitely has colour to it. It's not like a translucent powder. It's adding a little bit more coverage to my skin. The only thing that would worry me is putting this under my eyes. Don't know if this is light enough as an under eye powder, but as a face powder, this is lovely. I also really like, now this is just really simple of me, but in normal powders, when you open them up and they have like the grated holes and it just like leaks everywhere, it has like a little stopper in the lid, so when you put it on, I'm hoping this is gonna work. Yeah, it just doesn't fall about everywhere like normal powder, sorry. That is just one thing that always gets me when you take it traveling and stuff and it just goes everywhere. Hell yeah, I love this powder. Okay, this is a winner for me. Now I've powdered, I'm going to try and put the tiniest bit of the cloud paint on my cheeks again because I do feel like we've lost the effect a little bit. Oh, too much already. Okay, so it's definitely a lot harder to blend out over powder, which is obviously to be expected. I do really like the way it looks. My issue is that I just don't know if I can be bothered with the faff of this. Blusher for me should just be so easy. It's just one little swipe in the pan, on your cheek once, and that's it. Cloud paint might be a miss for me. So next up, this is the one that I am so excited about. I love a coloured brow gel. I use them all the time, pretty much every day. The only thing that worries me is using this as the only product for my brows. But this is obviously the Boy Brow. I got mine in the brown shade. I've heard incredible reviews for this. That does look a lot better than my natural brow, definitely. One thing I am noticing is it does transfer onto your skin, so you have to be very careful with where you place this. But then that's also a good thing because it does give you a lot more coverage and like shape than you normally would get. I really like the formula of this. It's very like sticky. Will definitely have your brows glued down all day long. This is really lovely. I would definitely use this on top of my brows on a daily basis. The formula of this is like not really like something I've ever tried before. It's almost like, not to sound bad, but a bit like sludgy, but like in a really good way. I can definitely see why this product is so raved about. Yep, this is definitely one of my favourite products so far. I love this. I love the way it made my brows look nice and bushy. Yep, this is really, really lovely. So next we are moving on to the Halo Scope. Now this is like a stick highlighter basically. I'm just more of a powder highlighter kind of person, but this looks very interesting. It looks very like subtle but glowy. This is £18. I got mine in the shade Quartz. Okay, so that's actually so beautiful. I kind of dabbed the stick on my skin and didn't do like a swiping motion because I didn't want it to take off any of the makeup underneath. Like, it's definitely subtle. It's not like a blinding highlight. It's just like a really, really lovely, subtle, glowy highlight. I definitely like that. I know this isn't going to be something for everyone because it's not the most obvious and blinding highlighter, but I think this is really lovely and subtle and would be really nice in summer or on a summer holiday just to like chuck over the top of just natural skin. I'm going to put a little bit on my Cupid's bow, end of my nose. On to the last product, which is one of the lipsticks. Now, I read a couple of reviews about these lipsticks and they didn't have great reviews. A lot of people are saying they're very cheaply made. A lot of people are saying that the lipsticks tend to snap out of the tubes, which is obviously terrifying. I do like the look of this just because I think it looks really cute and simple. It's very thin compared to like a normal lipstick. I can see what people would mean by saying it is fairly cheaply made, but again, that is just kind of the Glossier brand. Everything is very like basic and straight out the lab kind of looking, which I think is really, really cool. It's not for everyone. So yeah, I got one of the Generation G lipsticks in the shade Cake, and they are £14, which yes, is very pricey for a lipstick. That's kind of coming up to MAC prices. On the website, it looked like a pale peachy colour. In person, it looks a lot more like a nudie brown colour. Okay, so straight up, as I was applying it from the tube, it felt kind of like rough and gritty. I do quite like the colour of that. I like how easy that was to apply. Okay guys, so this is my full face of Glossier makeup. I just chucked on a little bit of waterproof mascara, which I feel like I'm really going to need today because of the concealer powder type situation. As you guys know, I like to bake my face pretty much every single day so that I can keep my concealer in place. I do like the way this looks. I think the highlight is really beautiful. My favourite products from the Glossier range definitely has to be the Boy Brow. That's, I think, top of the list. The Wowder, and I think the concealer. The concealer is absolutely lovely. I love the finish of it. It's not crazy full coverage, but it definitely covers up any kind of blemishes that you need to be covered up. And then I guess kind of in the middle is the highlighter stick. I think my issue is that these products really did push me out of my comfort zone. A lot of these products are products that I would never use day to day. Cream blush, highlighting stick, the skin tint, they're just not things that I am used to using, whereas I guess these things kind of are. I think my least favourite product, which I'm really sad to say, is the Cloud Paint. It's just not really working for my skin, I don't think. Maybe I just haven't worked out how to use it properly yet. This was my least favourite product, and also probably the most overpriced. £14 for this tiny little tube. A lot of the reviews were saying that it kind of came half empty, and I did give it quite a big squeeze. You can see it's already pretty dented, and that was just after one use, so I would be worried as to how long this would last for. So guys, that was my full review on the Glossier makeup range. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate that, and it would be cool to see you guys in the next one. I do mainly fashion videos, sometimes beauty, sometimes lifestyle, just whatever I am feeling like. I am off out to brunch with some friends, so I will get their verdict on this makeup look and see what they think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been so cool hanging out with you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.